There's so much I want to say and so many feelings that I've been processing about moving into this house, moving into my office, and I don't know if it's all going to come out as eloquently as I want. Hi everyone, my name is Anna. I'm a fiction writer who sometimes makes videos. We are doing a video that I'm so excited to make and that I feel really grateful to make. Today we're doing my office makeover vlog. So for almost a month now, in every spare moment that I've had on the weekends or weeknights, I've been trying to work on my office. If you don't know, I just moved from Boston to Atlanta with my fiance, and we went from a tiny one-bedroom apartment to a house, 3-bedroom house, and one of those rooms that we now have is my office. I don't mean this to sound dramatic, but I have always wanted my own office. It has been a dream that I seriously have held in my heart for years and years, to have an office where I could work. Not just for writing, but also since we've been working from home all this time, to just have a workspace, because being full-time remote now was really difficult when we were in our tiny apartment, and I felt like I literally spent my whole entire life in our one room, which was our living room. Yeah, I mean, growing up, my workspace was so important to me, even as a kid. When I think back on high school me, I think about the big desk that I had in my room. My dad had made me a built-in desk that just seemed to go on for days. And so I just had so much room to be creative, and I love to draw and do collaging and journaling. And I just have so many memories of late nights spent under my desk lamp creating, because I had the desk space, and that's a privilege. And when I went to college, I lost that big desk of my dreams. I never had an office or a desk until a couple years ago. We were able to put a really tiny desk in some of our apartments. I just always craved that workspace again. So I feel like now, 10 years later, this is 10 years since I was in high school, I finally have the desk of my dreams again. I think it's something we don't experience all the time when we have a dream that we've held on to for so long, like writing a book or publishing a book or getting your own office or moving. You think about these things for years and years, and then it finally happens, and yeah, and this month has just felt like a lot of culmination of a lot of hard work. It was a big dream of ours to move that we talked about for years and years, and we finally did it, and it's lovely. It's everything that we always wanted. We have a yard where we can hopefully have friends over sometime soon. The house is just surrounded by birds. I'm listening to birds all the time. Got a great workspace for both of us and room to have friends and family visit. It just means a lot to us. I'm not taking a single second of it for granted, especially after a year in lockdown in a tiny space. We are very fortunate to be locked down together, and it feels even more fortunate to be together in this new space now. In the spirit of not taking anything for granted and really appreciating our dreams and everything that we have, I threw everything I had at this office makeover. And I hope you like it. It's not drastic, I'm not the sorry girls. But I had a lot of fun decorating and putting it together and trying to make it cozy, light, inspiring, and a place that when my work is done, I would still want to hang out and write and work on other projects, and I wouldn't be trying to run and escape the office as soon as I could. So, with all that being said and all of that rambling, this is how it went. Okay, so before we get into the full swing of this, I think we should have a before shot. Yeah, obviously we've been in our house for a few weeks, so I do have a setup of some kind. I've been working from home in our new house for a few weeks, so I got my new electric standing desk all set up and monitor and such, but the rest of the office just, yeah, big piles of stuff. That closet is very disorganized and it's huge. It goes all the way out to here, and anything I don't know what to do with has just been thrown in that closet. The bookshelf is like mostly together, except for, what is that? And yeah, this wall is totally blank. And so it's fine, but it could use some cheering up. The things that I want to do and that I don't really like about it so far, number one, I want to give this cart a makeover. And also I have to figure out where all of that stuff is going that's on there right now. I think I just want to paint it white to get it to just blend in with the furniture. I guess I'm going with a white vibe. I have a light that I want to hang because there is an overhead light, but it's very yellow. And actually, the light switch is kind of finicky. And so, I mean, obviously we'll get it fixed, but I'm kind of just over it. Want to hang my own light. And I don't get a ton of sunlight in here because I think this is a east-facing window. So by the end of the afternoon, I'm usually sitting in a pretty dark room. So I'm ready to get another more atmospheric light in here. I want to get something to lift up my monitor and laptop because although, you know, having this standing desk is amazing and I love it, but I want to get it so that my laptop is at the same eye level as my monitor, because right now I'm still doing a lot of like tracking diagonally, which is kind of annoying. Also, I have to do something about this cord situation. Yeah. I want to replace the curtain because it's actually a blackout curtain. It's super heavy and like there's no need for that. I'm never gonna draw the curtain in here. I want as much light as possible. So I'll swap that out for something a little more. Oh, I must have just gotten an email. Yay. I'll swap that out for something a little more floofy. And I might spray paint the fixture white too, because it just kind of looks like sore thumb right now being black. As far as the blank walls, I don't know exactly what is going where, but I have my cork board, and if you watched my NaNoWriMo vlog, you'll remember this. My calendar that I'd repurposed into like a word count tracker of sorts, and I'm gonna repurpose it again. I'm not totally sure, or I might just tape over it with mood boards or something. I don't know. I want to do something with it. So these need to go somewhere. The corkboard will probably have like work stuff on it. This wall, I actually want to do a gallery wall with some art prints. It's right behind where I sit, so it'd be nice if like while I'm on Zoom calls and stuff, there was something nice to look at other than like just this depressing wall. This color is not my fave for such a small room. I think it definitely darkens it a lot, especially when you put it next to this like weird tile floor that I have. But I'm too lazy to paint it right now, so I'm gonna stick with it and see if all my decoration will cheer it up a little bit. And yeah, other than that, I might try and get like a little accent table or something to go in here because it's kind of a weird empty space. I mean, it will be empty once I actually stop procrastinating and organize all of this stuff. It's just gonna be like this weird space that isn't really big enough for anything. I don't want to put another armchair because do I need two chairs when the living room's out there? Ooh, don't look at my messy living room. Like what would you put here? So I might put some kind of like skinny table or dresser or something that I could just put decorations on, I guess, because I don't really need storage because I have this huge closet, which is so new. I've never had this much storage in my life. Yes, so this is the before, the sad, drab office. days since there were any updates on the office front, but my Society 6 prints finally came in. So I have everything together now, and I've got a bunch of frames, and now I just want to put it all together and kind of figure out what this gallery wall is going to look like. All right, long time no see. This office redo is just dragging on and on and on. I am making progress. Like every weekend I get something done. It just took a long time for the art prints to come in, for the curtain that I got on Poshmark to come in. But I was supposed to get this done in the month of February, and today is March 6th. I want it to be done. It's basically done. I'm having two nagging feelings about wrapping up the office redo, and they're kind of in opposition. They're kind of butting heads a little bit. The first one is feeling like it's still pretty empty. Like, you saw my bookshelf. Like, I got rid of almost all my books, and I redid my cart, but I really don't have anything of importance to put in the cart. So I have this feeling like I don't have enough stuff, which I don't love that feeling because I've spent so long kind of shedding all the things in my life that I don't need, and I've moved so many times in my life. Like, I think there was one year in my early 20s where I moved 3 times in a year. That I just have this aversion to stuff. Now we're moving into this big house, and I'm having like this privilege shock where we have so many rooms to fill and no stuff to fill it with. And it's a weird feeling. In the back of my mind, that little voice is going, you know, all this stuff will come back to haunt you at some point. The middle ground between my anti-consumerist ways and getting this space the way that I want it is thrift shopping. So that's what I'm doing today, and I'm not looking for anything in particular. I just want to help bring the space to life a little bit and see if I can find some more things to put on the walls or put in that awkward space. So I had really good luck at this Goodwill when I was looking for picture frames. So hopefully they'll have some good stuff for us today. Ooh. That was semi-successful. I got a shelf. Like I said, I don't have a ton of stuff to put on said shelf, so I might just get a ton of plants. And then I also got a basket. Don't know what I'm gonna put in it. It's kind of a shallow basket. What would you put in a basket like this? Let me know. And I've been wanting to get a binder to do like a series Bible, back on the topic of book stuff, but I'm working on all my prep work to start my rewrite, so that means I need to do some series Bible kind of stuff, so just plain old binder. I think the plan now is to go home and get some lunch, and then after that I want to go hit up a bookstore, local new and used bookstore that's close to me, so maybe we'll try and fill up my shelves again. After the bookstore, I headed home, and I was sad that I didn't really buy that many books because I really wanted to fill up my shelves. So I was hunting through my closet, trying to find something I could use, and I found this bag of little knickknacks and things that I had in my cube at the office back in Boston before we went remote. And I just hadn't looked at all of this stuff in so long. It was like going back in time to a previous life. But so these are all things I had in my cube. I had like my little coffee cube and this calendar that my coworkers gave me for when I got engaged, and some family photos. And then I decided to pull out all of my finished journals and put them on the shelf too, because they would take up a lot of space. And I'm actually really proud of the fact that I have filled so many journals. I love my journaling habit. It keeps me sane, and I kind of wanted to celebrate something that is such a big part of me, so I put them out on the shelves too. I think they look good. I decided to do a little arts and crafts, and I made a little board for Camp NaNo. I'm starting my draft 1, so the rewrite of the 0 draft that I did last year. So I just kind of taped it up to cover up all the old markings that I couldn't get off, and
wrote out all the chapters that I'm gonna rewrite, and just hung it up next to my NaNoWriMo poster. So this is like my writing motivation section of the wall. I used to keep my writing so secret and like hold it so close to the vest that I would never put something on the wall that had anything to do with my writing. But now, you know, this office just feels like a safe space that's just for me, and it feels really nice to like take yourself seriously, enjoy it, and try to motivate myself and just have a little fun with it.
Okay, here's the deal. Gallery wall is almost done. It's a little bit later. I had to take a break to go to Walgreens and pick up two photos for my last two frames. Family pic. Yeah, I love this photo so much. And this is kind of dark, but this is from when Luke and I got engaged. And then, God, this office makeover. And like, I even hate using the word makeover because it, to me, just looks the same. What was I saying? God, it's hot. It's 80 degrees in Atlanta today. And it is March 14th. My New Englander ass is in shock. I'm in shorts. I went to Home Depot in shorts. Okay, so anyway, so as far as what's left, I washed my rug today, so the rug needs to come back in. I kind of need to finish setting up my cork board. Something has to be done with this bookshelf because right now it's just looking like a hot mess. And other than that, we're pretty much done. I did go to Home Depot and get some plants. I'll show you what I got. To hang, I just got a little pothos, and I kind of just stuck to my trusty dusties when I was picking up plants today because we have some new ones in the house now that I have not cared for before. So we have a bird of paradise and a ZZ plant and some kind of fern that I'd never had before. So all three new plants that I'm kind of adjusting to, getting used to. So for the office, I just got some that I knew would be really hard to kill and really low light. As you can tell, this corner is full of shadows, and this is kind of where I want some greenery, so I had to pick something kind of hardy, but pothos to hang. And a snake plant. I'm so happy because this one, I mean, first of all, at Home Depot, snake plants are really affordable. This one was like, what, like $15? And this one looks just like the one that I had to leave behind in Boston, which I was so sad about because it's huge, super tall, and like they're just the easiest. They're basically a piece of furniture, snake plants. So in case you were wondering what else I picked out and why, I mean, a lot of it, I just really like orange and pink, as you could tell from looking at my channel. And some of the art, you know, we had already from previous apartments, like a Pinky Promise. This is something that is special to Luke and I when we first started dating, and Pinky Promises were our way of saying, like, are you fine? Yeah, I'm fine. But really, are you fine? And you had to pinky promise or say how you really felt. These two Luke made for me. They're like wood cutouts. I think they're just so cool, and the designs are two Walk the Moon posters, and Walk the Moon is like my favorite band of all time. Their first two albums are like, I probably need to be buried with them, but so those are Walk the Moon art. And then there's these two, and these two I just got for this office and kind of reflect two things that I've been thinking about. One thing I think about a lot is why not me? Like why not me have a happy, good life? And that sounds kind of dumb, but I think when we're on the internet a lot, we see a lot of people living a life that feels really authentic to them and successfully. And for a lot of times I beat myself up thinking, oh, well, I can't have that life because I have these other obstacles. And, well, I can't go off and write because XYZ. It's just a good reminder for me, why can't I try and reach for my dreams when other people are too? You know, just try. And then the other one, I guess this is kind of my answer to the meaning of life. And I spent a lot of my 20s torturing myself about what my purpose was. And I think a lot of millennials can relate, because we were told that, you know, we're going to be really good at something and we have to find our passion and find your purpose. And that was very crippling for a long time for me. And sometimes I just like to remember that we were put on the earth randomly, just like any other creature. That's the only reason why we're here. And if you want to ask yourself about the meaning of life, I think it's just to enjoy it while you're randomly here. So that's it. I hope you like how it turned out. I really do. It feels really cozy in here and intentional. Everything I placed for a reason, and I've never really decorated a room like this before, where I just spent a month, basically like all my weekends for 1 month, just focusing on this one room and just trying to perfect even the littlest things about it until I was completely happy with it. And I think it turned out really well. I just love working in here, whether that's for creative work or for work. Yeah, let me know what you thought. Let me know if you have an office and what sort of things you like to have in your office to inspire you and motivate you. What else do I want to say? I hope everyone's getting really excited for camp. I know I am. I have a ton of prep work to cram into this last week of March here. And then the rewrite starts on April 1st, so hopefully in a few weeks we'll have a huge chunky camp vlog. I have a really special place in my heart for camp vlogs, because that was the first vlog that I ever worked up the courage to post. Camp just feels really cozy and low-key, and I just think it's going to be a good time. So I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!